guys, here's a small video on how it is I like to incorporate my DIY pumpkins along with my store-bought items. I love the Hobby Lobby and TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Joann's, Michael's, the Dollar Tree, Target, especially the Target dollar spot right now is on point. I love all the things that they had to offer this fall. And so I was just showing here where the pieces are from and where I picked them up. Those orange pumpkins are actually from Joann's, and they had several sizes and super cute pieces. When I was a kid growing up, I always kind of used the resources I had to work with around the house. And so if I felt that a towel looked great, or a pillowcase, or a shower curtain was gonna work for my project, you better believe I was cutting it up and making what I wanted. So I still stick with that, and those pumpkins are out of washcloths, and I'll show you how to do that later on in this video. A lot of what I did was the trimming that I used and materials I had were laying around. They were scrap pieces, so I encourage you to just kind of look for what you have. Maybe you have an old sweater or a sock or an old blouse that you'd like to turn into a pumpkin. And that pumpkin there is a Dollar Tree foam pumpkin. All I did was measure it from top to bottom with that black and white trim and glued it. Used raffia ribbon to embellish it with a pine cone and some fake leaves, and that is the piece I was able to create. So I do realize that this tutorial might be a little tough for those who need to see the visual aspect. I didn't have a tripod, but now I do, where I can record my hands while making the pieces. Those pumpkins are the pumpkins that the Dollar Tree had, and those are the two sizes I went with. You will need socks, twine, any type of embellishment. I picked that lace ribbon, the striped socks. I wouldn't go with any polka dot socks because once you stretch the sock, they don't look like polka dots anymore, and it kind of just looks like a mess. So any type of scrap material, for sure, please pick up the raffia ribbon. It's 3 bundles at the Dollar Tree. You will be using that. Any trim, any lace you'd like to add. These are the washcloths should you choose to make the small pumpkins. Pick those up as well. And this is just some extra embellishment stuff I picked up from Michael's. So what I did here for the washcloth pumpkins was I cut the tip of a sock. Now the Dollar Tree does have the donut pieces that are for the hair, and you can easily buy that, but you get 2 socks for $1, so that's creating 2 pumpkins, so that's why I went with that. You put the sock at the center of, or at the washcloth, I cut a perfect square, and you put the sock right in the middle, the donut, and you tuck in each corner of that washcloth into the center. At the bottom of this, I created a small hole to where I could slip the twine through. The twine I cut were about 8 inches. I cut 4 pieces, and what I did was I doubled them up so that they were a little bit thicker and tied knots at the bottom. You can cut all that excess off and use felt to glue at the bottom, so it could be your base to hide all the knots. You can also even move the knots into the center of the pumpkin. They wouldn't be visible, but that's just an idea. This was just a quick tutorial I wanted to show you guys. For the next pumpkin, it's the glitter pumpkin. It's actually the one that lights up, and what I did was I pushed the light through, creating 2 holes, one on the top and one on the bottom. The stems on these, you can reuse them, so keep that stem on the side available. What I did was I slipped the pumpkin into the sock all the way to the bottom where the white sat on the bottom, cut all the excess off at the top, created a small hole in the bottom, and with the same technique in the first pumpkin, I slipped that raffia ribbon through, creating knots, and tucked all the raffia ribbon into the middle. I embellished it with what I had laying around, which were pine cones, twine, fake leaves, some lace, some ribbon. And as you can see, these are the pumpkins that I created. That's that trim I was telling you from the summer. I cut from top to bottom, glued each piece, and then created the creases all over again with the raffia ribbon. Now, embellishing these pumpkins is all up to you. There really is no wrong way, and I think that you can have a lot of fun just giving it different looks. This is one look that I had created, and then this is the second look I created. So have fun creating these, guys. There is no wrong way to embellishing these and to making these your own. Have some fun and don't think about it too much. Have fun. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, and follow me on Instagram at lemon_avenue_DIY. And if you have already subscribed, thanks for subscribing. I'm so excited. I wake up every morning and love the fact that I'm having new followers every day. Thanks, guys. Enjoy this small Target fall haul. Some of these pieces you already saw on my mantle. Thanks, guys.